So let's take a look at everything that I purchased, everything that I sold, and everything that I was very tempted by but resisted purchasing in the months of March and April, plus like a little bit of a birthday unboxing because March happened to be my birthday month. So let's go. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. In case this is your first time watching one of my videos, hi, I'm Leslie. I'm so glad to have you here. On my channel I talk about all things luxury, in particular handbags, but I cover a wide range of topics. I film unboxings, reviews, I adore filming shopping vlogs, travel vlogs and all that good stuff. So if any of that sounds like a thing, I would love for you to consider subscribing. So as I mentioned in the intro, this is going to be like a recap video, and first and foremost I have to shout out Mary from the channel Lumi Level Up, because she does these kind of like recap videos of everything that she purchased, sold and like was tempted by but resisted purchasing on a monthly basis. But yeah, I guess let's start with what I purchased, then I'm going to sprinkle in like a couple of birthday gifts, then we're going to go into the sold and then into the like temptation section. And another like a little bit of a reveal, I guess, towards the end, so stay tuned. Anyway, starting with a bag that I won't spend too much time talking about because I filmed like a full-on dedicated first impression and unboxing reveal on this beauty. This was kind of like a birthday gift from me to me. It's a vintage, very much vintage, Chanel classic flap in the medium size, and it even came with the authenticity card, which, yeah, I'm still baffled by, especially also like considering the condition that this bag is in. I won't waffle on too much about this bag because, as I said, I have a dedicated video on this beauty, so check that out. It's going to be linked in the info card as well as in the description box. Next off is something from Dolce & Gabbana. Obviously not the only thing though, but the other Dolce & Gabbana things, two things actually, are in the birthday category. So we're gonna get to that after talking about what I purchased. So this is something that I purchased actually alongside with my bestie, so she has the exact same thing. And while we were purchasing this and twinning on, okay, you might have guessed it already, a pair of sunnies, she actually purchased the Dolce & Gabbana Marlene bag, which I did film like a first impression reveal on my channel. Obviously it's not mine, it's hers, but she was kind enough to let me borrow it and show it on YouTube. So yeah, do check that out in case you're interested in a very non-Dolce & Gabbana looking Dolce & Gabbana bag. So again, another thing that I'll be linking in the info cards and in the description box. But a lot of talk about yeah, stuff that isn't even part of this video. I purchased these sunnies. Did I need another pair of sunnies? Definitely not. Also, these are like my standard go-to kind of shape. Actually, they're a little more square than my usual go-tos. I prefer like a little more of a cat eye, but for the most part it's like my standard go-to kind of shape in terms of sunnies. And yeah, I certainly didn't need another pair of sunnies, but yeah, I have no way of justifying this purchase other than the fact that, yeah, I felt like treating myself. So there's that, and it comes with this like more semi-sturdy case, but also like with a soft case or like a soft thingy, which also functions as like the cleaning cloth. So there is that. Okay, already losing track of what I already showed you. Oh, right. Okay, let's do something from Marrakesh. I think my vlog is up already. In case it isn't, stay tuned. In case it is, it's going to be linked up here. It's going to be linked in the description box. So just like click more and the description box will open up and show you like links and all that good stuff. Anyway, it was a fairly short trip, but we did pack in a ton. And we also went to Jardin Majorelle, Musée Yves Saint Laurent in Marrakesh. So that's like the logo essentially, with very little time to spare because we actually went during Ramadan season, and that meant that like some of the opening hours were shortened a little, which I didn't quite account for in terms of our planning. But yeah, didn't just get the paper bag, I got like a couple of pieces. I actually haven't unpacked this yet, so it's like a book essentially. Musée Yves Saint Laurent, Marrakesh. Hopefully it's not blinding you too much. Hi. And I purchased, I think I already mentioned that in the vlog while we were making our way back to the Riyadh, I purchased like a reusable like cotton tote. Did I need another cotton tote? Definitely not. But here we are. And on the back it says Musée Yves Saint Laurent Marrakesh, and on the front it has like the logo. It did come in a couple of colors, but this pink kind of spoke to me. And yeah, another thing, but that's like very random. It's basically, Oh, okay. I think I in the vlog I did say that I purchased a card with the blue building. I'm gonna insert like footage. It was beautiful. Like the Jardin Majoret was on the smaller side, but there was a like magnificent blue building, and those colors were so vibrant. And I thought I had picked a card with a building on it. Apparently I hadn't. So this was basically the entrance to the Musée Yves Saint Laurent. Behind this like stone or whatever, there was the like the main entrance, but you were facing basically this when you walked in. So beautiful, but as I said, unfortunately we didn't have that much time. Okay, let me look down on my notes. All right, two more things. One is actually something that I'm just gonna like briefly show you. It's another handbag. And I did film like the unboxing reveal and my thought process and like first impression and everything on this piece. But I don't think I've uploaded it yet, so stay tuned. So I'm just gonna like briefly show you, and you're gonna have to check back on my channel. Here it is. It does come with two straps or like handle options. One like hand carry version and one like crossbody or shoulder strap version. And it's got, I think it's supposed to be like a cursive L. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. It's by the brand House of Littlebunny, and that's all I'm gonna show you in this video, and yeah, stay tuned. I think I'm gonna upload it fairly shortly. And the last item is a vintage piece. So I'm not overly familiar with like vintage brands, but this is by St. John, and for some reason, like randomly, I came across a girl, like a woman on YouTube, and I think she's located somewhere in like close to LA, I think, and she basically does like thrift, like flea market runs and everything, focused on like high quality pieces. I think I remember her talking about St. John a couple of times, and this is basically like a cardigan. It's on the loose fitting side for me. Don't quote me on the size. Oh, never mind. It's on the loose fitting side. I'm gonna try to remember including mod shots, but here it is, and the buttons are so cute as well. Hopefully it focuses, not on my dry little hands, but on the button. And yeah, blue and white is like just a match made in heaven in my opinion. Very like nautical themed, and I do love myself a nautical theme. So that was definitely also like an unplanned purchase. I think I paid 65 euros for it. If you're more familiar with St. John, let me know if that was a good deal or if I was ripped off. But yeah, I guess that's all I purchased in the last 2 months. Let's quickly veer into the what I got for my birthday kind of section, like just a couple of bits. Yeah. This is my first Jellycat. Don't worry, I'm not gonna start a Jellycat collection. I think I'm covered in terms of overpriced plushies with my couple of Labubus that I have. So this is a macaron by Jellycat, and yeah. It's adorable, but I don't think I'll be starting a Jellycat collection anytime soon. And she also got me this. So this is the first other Dolce & Gabbana piece that I wanted to show you, and it's the Stabilo, which I think is a German brand, right? So basically markers. 3 colored markers and 1 black one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like highlighter markers. And obviously it's in this very like Dolce & Gabbana coded designs. I think those came out last year at some point. I'm fairly certain that Mary, like, again, her channel will be linked below as well. She got these as well, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is another present from my bestie. And also, like, even the box is so beautiful. Can I slide it to the side without it taking hours and without me destroying the box? Okay, I'm back. That took me a while, but here's the box without the sleeve on it. And let's see. It says limited edition. All right, here we are. I don't think they're gonna fall out, so hopefully I'm in frame, or like the markers are in frame. Definitely something that I wouldn't have purchased for myself, but sometimes that's what like birthday presents are all about, right? So here we are. Something that was so sweet, so I just like have to mention are these two. So I did get at my office, I did get like a beautiful birthday desk essentially, and the most depressing part is always like you see all the confetti and like the flowers and everything, and I had like a fairly early first call, so I was like sweeping all of the confetti to the side so I can actually like use my mouse and my keyboard and everything. That's kind of depressing, but at least I had the flowers sitting on one side and like the confetti is scattered around. But Anyway, did get the beautiful like birthday desk, and I got these, which is so thoughtful. So apparently Bath and Body Works had like a Disney princess collaboration, and some very special people. I don't think I have no idea if you're watching, but if you're watching, you know who you are. They got me the Cinderella body wash and the Cinderella Ultimate Hydration body cream. We don't have Bath and Body Works in Germany. I think we used to have Bath and Body Works in Amsterdam, but I think that subsidiary went bankrupt or something. So yeah, I think the Amsterdam one closed down. There used to be, or maybe still is, one at the Stockholm airport. So suffice to say, Bath & Body Works locations in Europe are very few and far in between. I do have a couple of like online third-party retailers that buy from the US and then like ship to Europe, and that's where they got these. And I think they do have a, so obviously this is the Cinderella one. I think they have an Ariel version, Moana, Belle, like from Beauty and the Beast, and another, I think there's another princess that I'm blanking on right now, but yeah, I got these, super thoughtful. And the last thing is the last Dolce & Gabbana piece, and this is something that my parents got me. So I did go to the Dolce & Gabbana Du Coeur à la Main, probably mirrored, isn't it? Anyway, so it says Du Coeur à la Main, which was an exhibition that has since closed in Paris earlier this year. Very impromptu Paris trip. I do have like a full vlog from the Du Coeur à la Main exhibition. Again, will be linked up here, will be linked in the description box, you know the drill. And towards the end of the exhibition, they had like a little gift shop, if you will. And I did purchase the exhibition like book, the official book. And I also spotted what is in this sleeve right here. And my mom, who I traveled with, was like, why don't you let me purchase that and then you're gonna get it for your birthday? I was like, yep, actually good idea, because same with the like Stabilo highlighter markers. Chances are I wouldn't have purchased this for myself, but like a birthday present, I think it makes sense. So to reveal, hopefully I'm in frame, otherwise I'm gonna have to like include B-roll. Let me try to show you. It's a silk scarf, not 90 by 90, like now that I'm looking at it, it might be like 70 by 70. It's basically like a limited or specific silk scarf for the Du Coeur à la Main exhibition. They did have a couple of silk designs actually, but this one was my favorite by far. Not too sure if I actually want to carry or wear it, which is a common issue. And okay, wait until the what I sold part, which is basically coming up next, because yeah, I have a little bit of a dilemma when it comes to silk scarves, apparently. Also, side note, I don't want to sound like ungrateful or anything, but you can definitely tell that it's like a gift shop kind of piece, because hopefully the camera focuses. Like top tier quality silk scarves are hand rolled. This isn't. This is like machine stitched. So hand rolled essentially, yeah, it's in the name. All of the hems, so all of the four sides of the square, are gonna be like hand rolled and then like stitched in place. This is like machine stitched, which I mean, it definitely does the job, but compared to like an Hermès scarf, or maybe, I guess, even the full price, like buy at the boutique kind of silk scarves from Dolce & Gabbana, I would guess they're like full price or like standard boutique silk scarves are going to be hand rolled as well. This isn't, which is perfectly fine, because it wasn't like Hermès silk scarf kind of money. I think it was like 130, 140 euros, which is a lot for what it is, but it's like a souvenir also. But it's 100% silk for sure. Made in Italy, it says. And yep, so there is that. I'm gonna like fold it up again later. So that was everything that I purchased, and a couple of bits that I got for my birthday. Next off, just one piece that I sold, and you might have guessed already, it's a silk scarf. I did film it one last time before I packaged it all up and sent it on its merry way. I actually sold it via Vestia Collective. It did have somewhat of a sentimental meaning to me, because it was basically, I think it was called Saint-Ouen à Londres, or Londres à Paris. Don't quote me on the exact name. I wasn't actually able to find out the exact name, but it was basically like scenes of, I think, or 4 rows of 2 scenes per city. So 2 London scenes, 2 Paris scenes, 2 London scenes, 2 Paris scenes, and London and Paris like back in the day. So for instance, the tower that houses Big Ben wasn't even part of the Houses of Parliament. So it did have somewhat of a sentimental meaning to me because I did live in London for half a year a couple of years ago. Geez, like, it's actually been a couple of years ago. Yeah, 2023. I loved it so much, and obviously Paris is one of my favorite cities. So it did have a sentimental meaning to me, but at the same time, I didn't display it because I don't see myself spending like, what is it at this point? 600, 700 bucks on this like scarf display mechanism by Hermès. That's just like mind-blowingly expensive. And I don't want to frame it because framing a scarf usually means that, yeah, you can't like detach it from the frame without it getting destroyed. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, correct me and like let me know if you have any insight in terms of like non-invasive ways to display and frame scarves. That would be super helpful. And I didn't carry the scarf, or like didn't wear the scarf, which arguably the point of a silk scarf is to like actually wear it and carry it. But yeah, I do wear makeup, and I was actually a lot worried about getting my makeup on the scarf and destroying it. So I did let that silk scarf go, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, maybe it's just a matter of me recognizing that I can love Hermès silk scarves without having to purchase them, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's like, in terms of luxury, the only thing that I sold in the months of March and April. And the last segment is temptations, or like stuff that I was very much tempted by but managed to resist purchasing. And I don't know what was going on. Maybe it was also a matter of me having purchased my Chanel medium vintage classic flap towards the beginning of March in anticipation of my birthday. I wasn't really tempted by anything, to be honest. I did go to the Raymond like designer premium outlet. I don't know if the vlog will be up already, but if it isn't, it's going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. I've been to Raymond a couple of times last year. Raymond is part of the MacArthur Glen group, and they do have a Burberry, they have a Ferragamo, Dolce & Gabbana, Prada, Miu Miu, Gucci, like the standards. Unfortunately, no Celine, no Saint Laurent, no Dior. You'll have to go to Bicester Village for that. So I did go to Raymond, and the only thing that I was tempted by in the outlet was a Burberry scarf. But even at the outlet price, I wasn't able to like justify the price tag of that scarf. And that was basically it in terms of temptations. Maybe it's just that subconsciously I didn't let myself get tempted by anything. Who knows? Also, talking about temptations and like a little bit of a reveal, I've been invited to the MS private sale in Germany, and it's gonna happen in mid-May. Hopefully that's going to bulk up the temptation category in my next recap video and not the purchase category, because that invitation definitely came out of nowhere, and the sale is fast approaching, and I didn't like allocate like a specific or significant amount of money for like sale purchases. Also, sales are so tricky. You have to be really strict with yourself to only purchase stuff that you would have purchased at full price. 50%, I think, yeah, I'm just gonna like guess that the same sale amounts or like reductions apply when it comes to, I think the most recent one was in New Jersey. I'd say like 50% on most items, maybe 60% on ready-to-wear. I'm not a ready-to-wear kind of girly. Realistically, also shoes won't be in the picture because I have a fairly big shoe size for women, and yeah, I might like look around in the men's section, but generally, and even like at 50% off, I'm not a designer price point shoe kind of person either. So realistically, which is going to be another dilemma, I'll be spending my time in the like costume jewelry section and in the silks and like scarf section. And I think we've established that I don't use my silk scarves. So it's going to be somewhat of a struggle. I can't promise that I won't be coming home with a silk scarf, but hopefully, especially for my bank account, most of the stuff that I'm able to talk about, show you, I don't think you're allowed to take video footage or even like take your phone inside the sale area. So I don't know if I'll be able to take like footage to show you, but hopefully most of what I can report on in terms of the sale will end up in the temptation but didn't purchase section, as opposed to the purchase and realistically, hopefully not, but realistically sometime down the line in the sold section, because I don't want to end up with tons of stuff just because it was on sale. And still, even at 50% off, those silk scarves are expensive. Yes, they're well made. Yes, they're beautiful. But if I already know going into it that I'm not a silk scarf wearer kind of person, and I have no way to display my silk scarves, maybe I shouldn't be buying them in the first place, and then end up regretting it later on and having to sell it and all the good stuff. So yeah, that was a very rambly reveal, if you will. If you made it until the end, thank you so much. But yeah, I'll be going to the Hermès sale in a couple of weeks, and I'm definitely planning to film like a video on it. Realistically, unless I want to get into trouble, I won't be able to film or take pictures. I think on the invite though, really weird, but I don't know if I want to challenge them on the specific wording on the invite. It says on the invite, no smartphones and no video footage allowed inside the premises. What if I like dig out my old digital camera and take pictures? Because pictures aren't mentioned on like what isn't allowed in the vicinity of like the sale area. It's like specifically it says no smartphones, no video footage. But yeah, again, I don't know if I want to challenge them on like the wording and get into trouble. But there's definitely gonna be like a recap and maybe what I purchased. I'm not planning to purchase a lot, but I'm gonna give you and like talk about my experience. It's gonna be my first ever Hermès sale, so there's definitely gonna be a video about that. But geez, okay, that was like a very rambly end to this video. Haven't forgotten, I mean, you will have seen the try-on bit already. Definitely still need to film the try-on of my St. John cardigan, which you will have seen already. And then I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's rambly video. Let me know if you want me to continue filming these type of like recap videos. It's kind of nice to reflect on everything that I purchased and sold and like were tempted by but managed to resist purchasing. So let me know if you enjoy this video concept. Check out Mary from the channel Lumi Level Up, who inspired this kind of video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, and I'm gonna catch you in one of my next videos.